The Kevin Long Show is brought to you by Southgate Media Group. You can find us on southgatemediagroup.com. The Kevin Long Show is brought to you by Podlife, a book from the Southgate Media Group about podcasters. The Kevin Long Show is also brought to you by Tweaked Audio. For totally awesome headphones, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty, go to tweakedaudio.com and in the promo code, type in Southgate and you get 30%. Or you can get there through our link, southgatemediagroup.com. The music for The Kevin Long Show is The Entertainer by Kevin McClellan of Incomputech.com. Royalty-free music as long as you give the dude his props. But there is also some legal stuff in the show notes, just to be safe. All right, it's that time of the week again. Time for the Kevin Long Show. And I'm your host, Kevin Long. I'm really hoping to get a thing soon so we can have buffers between each section. I know I've said that before, but I'm still working on it, I guess. So let's start with the Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast news. Nothing this week from Hasbro. And there's really nothing from WotC either. However, when I set up my Google alerts, I specifically said Wizards of the Coast. But the top story for this alert that I'm using for this show, which just happens to be episode 84, Adventure. The very first story is about Russell Westbrook being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, the Wizards from Washington somehow, whatever. I just thought it was funny. And I guess it is. So now let's move into the business. Short, sweet. Don't forget, we have a coffee account that you can share your wealth with us if you choose to. Or if you need a coffee mug, a nice t-shirt, a notebook for your note-taking when you're writing your games or running your games, head over to TeePublic and pick up something that says The Kevin Long Show on it. Other stuff. Yes, don't forget the YouTube channel. Our link will be in the show notes, but I just got 3 zines from Planet X Games, so I have a video on there about that. Soon I'm going to read one of them, and we'll do another video about that. Might even put it on the podcast. Also, while we're on the subject of YouTube, don't forget that by October 1st, the Southgate Media Group would like to have 1,000 subscribers. You can go there and listen to this very episode of The Kevin Long Show on the Southgate Media Group YouTube channel. Don't forget the Writing of the Swamp. They have a Patreon, they have a drive-through account, and stuff on Lulu. If you don't like PDFs, you can get hard copies of the books on lulu.com. Alright, so now the main part of the show. And when I wrote this, there was just one main part of the show. But first, I want to tell you about a Kickstarter that's coming on Saturday. I am going to do an interview with the person that's doing the Kickstarter for the Night Shift companion. But they will not be able to do it until after the launch. So, click on the link in the show notes for the Night Shift companion that is going to start on Saturday. Once it's live, I will put a link in the Facebook page to that. So, also the other part of the main show is I am working on a format for Wizards of the Coast, for Magic the Gathering, that is kind of like Commander, only it is, instead of having a commander, you have a class card. Now, I test played it the other day with my buddies who have been running with it more than I have because they have more cards, and they put in the commanders because they want a win condition that the first person to venture through all 3 dungeons can win. That didn't really seem to be the case in the test play games that we had. I mean, the guy that won really was focused more on killing us because he knew he was not going to get through the dungeons first. The deck was playing wasn't, and I don't know, it just, because the cards don't venture fast enough, they decided that at the end of your turn you can venture, which seemed to be okay if that's what you want to do. If your goal is to win the game by getting through all the dungeons. But I don't know. We also, one of the things I wanted to do, and as I get it more developed, I'll put notes somewhere, probably on the Facebook page. Oh, I'm dying. When I get more developed, I'll put it on the Facebook page. You can see my notes or my rules. I don't think venturing needs to be a thing. If you have cards that let you venture, then do that. But I don't know. And the other thing was I wanted all the sets that had a connection to D&D to be allowed in this format. So Adventures in Forgotten Realms, of course. Innistrad, Ravnica, Theros, and because in November you'll get the Strixhaven book, I would allow Strixhaven to be cards you could pull from. And they only want to do it to Forgotten Realms right now because Forgotten Realms, and this is very obvious in my playing, Forgotten Realms is not a strong set. And if you had a Forgotten Realms set versus a Ravnica set, Ravnica is going to demolish Forgotten Realms. Now, if you mix and match, you will have a better chance. But if it's just straight up Ravnica or Theros versus Forgotten Realms, you might as well just hand the player playing the other set the game because Forgotten Realms is not going to win. Alright, I think that's it for this week. Now I need to go find something to talk about next week besides the Kickstarter episode that will be coming out. So for me, myself, and I, mahalo and have a great day. Again, thank you for listening to The Kevin Long Show. You can find us on Facebook by searching The Kevin Long Show. You can find us on Twitter at The Kevin Long Show, SH1. Or you can interact with us directly at TheKevinLongShow, gmail.com.